Hey, this is David, and this lesson is a contrast. Here I'm showing you some slightly different reference material, but this is not a sculpting program. This is LightWave. Well, this part of it is a modeling program, polygon modeling, and here I am pretty much trying to do the same thing I've been learning in sculpting, but in a program I've been using for 17 years. And while LightWave can certainly do organic modeling, I'm not somebody that's very good at it. I'm very good at the things that I do know how to do in it. I've been doing product modeling and general hard surface modeling for all that time, and I've made some pretty good work. Maybe I'll show you at some point. But I have trouble doing organic modeling, and you'll see that it's kind of slow and inefficient. And what I do after this 40 minutes of work is I've produced something that's really ugly. It's really stupid and ugly and should be destroyed. Now, that's not to say that I couldn't have made a good head eventually, but the point is so slow and inefficient for me that digital sculpting is kind of been a revelation to me for this purpose, for organic modeling. Now, let's see, I mentioned something in an earlier lesson about the government being good at certain tasks and necessary for certain tasks, as opposed to private industry. And I've been talking about banking. I forget what I was talking about, but I wanted to give you some further examples. Some people might not agree with that, but you want to take something like prisons. If we made prisons a for-profit industry, if companies would make money by holding on to more and more prisoners and feeding them just enough to keep them alive, and providing them with services just enough to keep them alive. Well, that just doesn't sound right. I mean, it sounds like it's ripe for abuse, that sort of situation. It also seems like these companies might make deals with judges to Shanghai people to get more people into their prison system so they can make more money. Well, this has actually happened in the United States. There are many for-profit prisons, and some of them have been implicated in crimes with judges putting, in one case that I know about, juveniles into lockdown for profit to make more money. And I don't know how this started or where it started. I don't remember ever having to vote on something like that. But it seems to be spreading, and it's not the only place in our society where this is happening. Take for instance the Snowden situation. This was a guy who was working on government security projects for the NSA, and he released a whole bunch of data, and that's how we found out that the government is listening to all our phone calls, essentially. Now, whatever you think about Edward Snowden, whether he's a traitor or a brave whistleblower, the fact is he was not a government employee. He was working for a private company, and that company has been making record profits lately. There's no downside to them for having hired this man who took our government secrets and exposed them. And in fact, I saw a figure recently that it's something crazy, like 60 or 70% of the United States intelligence budget goes to private companies. Now, a private company is they're designed for only one thing. They're designed to make money for their owners, their stockholders. And they don't have the motivations that a government employee would have, or a government agency. And it drives me a little crazy that this is happening to our society, and very few people are talking about it. Very few people seem to know about it or care about it. And some people that do know about it think that it's a good thing. Judge for yourself. If you reach a point where your house is burning down and the firemen won't put it out because you haven't paid the fee, you might see where I'm coming from. In fact, this has already happened in the United States as well. Maybe I'll find links for those and put them in the description. Those are just fascinating stories that this sort of thing is happening in our society. Anyway, what you see is me knitting together the products of two types of model. There's the box modeling, which I started out in the beginning, and then I zoomed in on certain features to do poly out modeling, poly by poly modeling, to do the finer details, and then I knit them together, and they don't fit very well, so I'm trying to smooth out the differences here. It's kind of an interesting process. It's not what I would call fun. It's a lot of fiddly selection and tweaking, and yeah, that's what sculpting looks like. And that's what modeling looks like. Sculpting.